When is the best time of year to put your home on the market for sale? We'll cover that today on Frequently Asked Friday. What is going on, party people? In this video today, we're going to talk about when is the best time of year to put your home on the market. Before we jump into it, if you like this content, if you would, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a heart, send me some love. I appreciate it. Thanks in advance. All right, so I get this question all the time. Hey, Chris, when is the best time of year to put my home on the market? And before I answer the question, let's break this question down. Really, when people are what people are asking is, hey, when is going to be the easiest time to sell? When can I put the most money in my pocket if I put my home on the market? How can I optimize the timing around this? And here's what I've learned. When people ask this question, it typically has nothing to do with the seasonality, has nothing to do with what color the leaves are, what the temperature is outside. Some folks don't want to move in the winter. But really the reason most people are asking this question is because they want to optimize their sale. They want to have the easiest sale possible. They want to have a number of buyers out there. They also want to get the highest price for their home. And I can understand that. So I would submit to you the best time of the year has nothing to do necessarily with what date it is on the calendar. It has everything to do with supply and demand economics. So the time that we want to put our property on the market is when supply is at the lowest and demand is at the highest. So sorry to interrupt the video that you're watching, but if you would ever want a no hassle, no obligation market analysis to find out what your home is worth in today's market, or maybe you want to chat about the home selling process, or maybe even want to chat about the home buying process, feel free to call or text me at the number below, or you can email me at chris@elliottreteam.com. I'll let you get back to the video. Now, what's interesting about this concept, if we look back at the unicorn years of the pandemic when housing went absolutely bonkers, interesting enough, the best time during the COVID-19 pandemic to put your home on the market was December 2021. And most people would assume that December, January, during the winter months is the worst time of the year to put their home on the market. But December 21st is when we saw the craziest offers. And the reason was, it was because it was the time in the year or in those years when the dynamic between supply and demand were the most skewed. Supply was at its absolute lowest, and demand, while it wasn't at its highest, it was at its highest in relation to supply. And we saw some crazy deals during that month. So now I will say historically in a normal market, we see the most amount of sales between February and probably about September. However, we are certainly still not, even post-pandemic, in normal times. We are in an environment right now where housing supply is very, very low, and despite interest rates, despite what you might be hearing on the news, despite what conventional wisdom might tell you, we're still seeing where while demand is lower than it was at 3% interest rates, it's still much higher than the supply, and we're in a very good spot right now. My personal prediction is that we are going to see where the latter part of this year in 2023 is probably going to be a better time to sell than even what we saw in the spring and the summer months, because what we know is despite what we tell people, despite all the facts that we put out, there's going to be a lot less homes on the market this fall and this winter. And if interest rates drop, as they're predicted to do, we're going to see demand shoot through the roof at a time when supply is at its lowest. And in my personal opinion, that's where we're going to see this year at least is going to be the best time to sell, is in the fall and the winter of 2023. So in summary, it's very hard to predict, seasonality, when exactly in the month or what month of the year is the best time to sell. But what we're looking for is not necessarily a date on the calendar. We're looking for supply and demand economics and when they are in the best favor of the seller. Hope that made sense. If you have any questions, concerns, throw it in the comments or shoot me a DM. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you next month.